Attleboro wearing their home uniforms, blue shirts, white numbers, white pants with blue trim, white helmets with the big blue A. North Attleboro High School wearing their white shirts, white pants, red numbers, red trim, the red helmets with that North across the side. Attleboro all set to kick off. This game is underway. It's taken by Mark Newport at the 25-yard line, and he is knocked down at about the 34-yard line. So North Attleboro will take over at their own 34. They'll have first down and 10. Running down the offense for the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers, the quarterback is Dave Lewis. His back's John Kriskowskis. He's a good one. Mark Newport just ran that kickoff back. Mike Inglaze. The ends, Stevie Carter is the split. Tim Popolo is the tight end. First down and 10 for the Red Rocketeers. Newport in motion this side. Handoff to Brock Newman. Newman, big hole. He'll get up to the 46-yard line, but we do have a penalty marker down. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what the penalty is. It is against the Blue Bombardiers. That will be refused. So it will be a 13-yard pickup for North Attleboro. Brock Newman gaining 13 yards. And North Attleboro very quickly gets a big gain against Attleboro. Dave Lewis, junior quarterback, 6'1", 168 pounds. Newport in motion, a little inside reverse to John Kriskowskis. He'll pick up 8 yards, and it'll be second down and 2.
Of course, Attleboro is responding to a little bit of that movement, that man in motion out of the wing tee. They've gone to the strong side. North Attleboro's alertly come back to the weak side on that inside handoff with a little trap block up front.
Second down and 2 for the Red Rocketeers. Dave Lewis, Attleboro jumps. They did make contact, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Blue Bombardiers unless they were drawn off.
5-yard penalty.
And as you can see, it was against the Blue Bombardiers, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Attleboro has stuck pretty much, Peter, to that nickel defense so far, and I would have anticipated a little more blitzing on their part, but so far they stuck basically to the nickel, and as a result, North Attleboro's found a little bit of running room up front.
Dave Lewis. Hand off to Brock Newman. Newman carrying the ball now twice in this game. On the season, Brock Newman has rushed 57 times. He's gained 299 yards. A good average 5.25, Bill.
And he had some running room up front there, Peter, if Darrell Silva hadn't made a nice short tackle on him. But Darrell was able to contain him and bring him down for about a 2.5 yard gain.
It'll be second down and 7 for the Red. Attleboro jumps again. Ronnie Cameron does get back, though. Lewis back to pass. He's going to be sacked. There is a fumble, but it will be after the play. Number 76 for Attleboro High School making a big play there. And for 1 second here, we're going to get the name. That is Max Drinkwalter.
Right, and of course there was a fumble, but he had already been in the grasp of Max, and as a result, a big loss, but that was North Attleboro's first attempt at a pass and the sack. A big loss from the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers.
I apologize to Max. I'm used to him wearing number 75 in practice, so I saw 76. Did not think it was him. Handoff up the middle to Brock Newman. He's going to gain 1 yard. So North Attleboro will be forced back into a punting situation.
And that's the time, Peter, that Attleboro did come up with the big blitz, and as a result, brought him down with a very short gain, and North Attleboro's back, 4th down and into a punting situation.
Jason Berg will be punting for North Attleboro. The deep men for Attleboro High School, Kevin Candelette and John Dascom. Bad snap. Berg gets kick away, not a very good one. will roll down to about the 21-yard line. Where Attleboro High School will take over first down and 10. 6 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this one. We're going to take a break. Yeah, 29. Okay, come back, Chris. Attleboro High School led by their quarterback, junior Jimmy Hanowich. He'll have Kevin Candelette and Lane LaJoy in the backfield. Scott Sackett in motion to the near side. Hanowich. Little draw up the middle, but North Attleboro was waiting for that one. Lane LaJoy is going to lose a couple of yards on that carry.
No room on that one, Peter. The draw play, good one to open up the series with, and North Attleboro defense did very well, and as a result, a loss of about a yard, so Attleboro's facing second down 11.
We'll run down the Attleboro offense after this play. Second down and a long 11 for the Blue Bombardiers. Kevin Candelette in motion to the right side. Hanowich back to pass. He'll do that a lot today. That one overthrown. So Jimmy Hanowich, not one of his better passes. On the year, though, Jimmy Hanowich is having a very good year. He's thrown 217 passes, completed 100 of those for a 46%. For 1,375 yards, Jimmy Hanowich having a good year. He did get a lot better from his sophomore year, and next year as a senior, he should be really good.
Right, on that particular play, of course, he used Candelette in motion to his right, was attempting to swing it back to LaJoy on his left, but the North Attleboro contained man did a nice job, stayed home, prevented the pass reception.
It's third down and 11. For Attleboro, Hanowich back to pass again. He's looking over the middle. That's going to be overthrown, almost intercepted by Mike Inglaze. It was intended for Jeff Gobin. And Attleboro will be forced to punt. Fourth down and 11. 5 minutes, 56 seconds remaining.
Jeff Gobin back to punt for Attleboro.
Jeff Gobin will be kicking for the Blue Bombardiers. Matt Gollin back deep for North Attleboro. Gobin gets away a nice kick, taken by Mike Minglaze at the 42-yard line. We had a clip there, it wasn't called though. It appeared to be a clip, I thought. I guess not though. Chet Hanowich is livid over on the Attleboro sideline, and he will pick up a 15-yard penalty. An unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Attleboro High School bench. That'll cost them 15 yards.
Sportsmanlike conduct.
That was one of those real questionable calls out there, Peter, and a borderline case, and the official saw fit not to call it, and of course Coach Hanowich, the rest of the coaching staff, a little bit upset, drew the 15-yard penalty.
So North Attleboro now with excellent field position. They're at the 39-yard line. Handoff to Mark Newport. Newport will pick up maybe 1 yard. Yard and a half.
And Kevin Candelette, the little guy who does everything for Attleboro High, came up and made the tackle after a pickup about a yard, Peter, and well defense that time.
9 yards to go.
It's interesting, that's only Newport's first carry of the game. I expected Mark Newport to carry the ball quite a bit today. Brock Newman has carried the ball 3 times for the Big Red. Newport in motion. Handoff up the middle. Brock Newman again.
And this is what we anticipated before the game, Peter, is that Attleboro would gamble a lot on defense, attempt to blitz, try to upset the North Attleboro flow of the wing T offense.
So we're under the 5-minute mark now, 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. North Attleboro looking at a big third down and 7 opportunity. And with this kind of field position, Bill, they want to take advantage of it.
They certainly do, and look for a possible pass on this play, Peter.
3rd and 7, John Kriskowskis in motion to the left. Lewis back to pass. Attleboro has some pressure on him, though. Throws that one up for grabs.
Incomplete.
And Kevin Candelette and
Fourth down.
John Kraskowskis playing jump ball for that one. I thought Candelette might have bumped him there, but I guess he was in the process of going for the ball, so it will fall as an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 4th down and 6 for the Red Rocketeers. They will take a timeout with 4 minutes, 24 seconds remaining. We'll take a break. No score. North Attleboro coach Ray Beaupre, he's had quite a career as head coach of North Attleboro. He's in his 11th season now. Good winning percentage, 71.5. He's 78 wins, 27 losses, and 4 ties. As good as North Attleboro has done over the years, it was interesting to note that they have not yet won, under coach Ray Beaupre, a Hockomock League title. That surprised me. 4th down and 7, big play early in this game. North Attleboro and Brock Newman, Dave Lewis seemed to pull away a bit, but let's see, because Attleboro High School did jump.
Legal procedure, North Attleboro, 5-yard penalty.
And it will be against North Attleboro, so that will move them back 5 yards.
Of course, the Attleboro are very alertly on that one, Peter. As soon as any movement on the line for North Attleboro, and Attleboro went across, made contact, the dead ball foul, 5-yard penalty against North.
It's one thing that I can never understand, Bill, is the fact that the defense, when the offense has moved, has to jump and make contact for the referees to notice it. It's almost as if they would let it go otherwise. 4th down and 12 for North Attleboro. Lewis will be back to pass. Throws out to his left. They set up a good screen. He's got 3 blockers. Mike Inglaze. Ronnie Cameron, though, tries to make a tackle. Inglaze will go in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, North Attleboro, captain Mike Inglaze.
A very nice call there, too, Peter. Set up the little screen pass. Lewis did a nice job of covering it up, let the Attleboro men penetrate, flipped it over their head. Inglaze made a nice reception, a nice run. 6 points for North Attleboro.
Ronnie Cameron almost came up with a big tackle at about the 20-yard line, but Inglaze broke that tackle, marched in for the touchdown. You could see the eyes light up. The Attleboro High School linemen, they came flying in on Dave Lewis. They said, boy, we got a big sack coming up here, but North Attleboro worked that screen to perfection.
Jeff Tagerman to try to point after for North.
Jeff Tagerman will kick the extra point for North Attleboro. 4 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. North is on the board first. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. Lewis back to pass. The pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Tim Popolo. I thought he had it for a second there, was unable to hold on. So North Attleboro gambles early in this game. 4 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. They lead it 6-0. Attleboro High School coach Chet Hanowich making some adjustments. North Attleboro comes up with a big drive. Big 4th down play, 4th down and 12. They come up with the big play. They lead this one 6-0. North Attleboro will be kicking. Kevin Candelette, John Dascom back deep for the Blue Bombardiers. With a squib kick will be taken by Jim Reynolds at the 30-yard line. Penalty marker down. Reynolds across midfield, but let's see what the penalty marker is.
Carried by Jimmy Reynolds.
I would think it'll be against
I would think Attleboro probably will be caught for a illegal block there, Peter, but that's the squibbler type of kickoff that we've seen O'Connor use so effectively all year.
So that will be a 10-yard penalty against Attleboro. And Attleboro will still come up with some pretty good field position out of this. They'll get it at about the 35-yard line of their own 35-yard line, but Jimmy Reynolds, been playing the line all year, looked pretty good on that kickoff.
From their own 35-yard line.
That part of the field they're presently in, too, Peter, is the soft part of the field, so Attleboro's going to have a little bit of a problem getting their offense on track, and they're probably going to come out passing again, hope that they can swing that ball and get into a little drier part of the field.
So Attleboro will start out first down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Jimmy Hanowich with Kevin Candelette, Lane LaJoy in the backfield. Scott Sackett in motion to the near side. Lane LaJoy with the big run. He'll get up to the 48-yard line. A 13-yard pickup for Lane LaJoy.
First down, Attleboro.
Attleboro High School with those two Smurf backs, Kevin Candelette and Lane LaJoy. They're always capable of breaking one.
They certainly are, and LaJoy popped that one very nicely. Attleboro used a man in motion, bringing the man over to his their left, then popped LaJoy back to the weak side and found a nice little bit of running room.
First down and 10 now at the 48-yard line. Sackett in motion to the near side again. Handoff to LaJoy again. Big chunk of yardage there. Looks to be about a 5-yard pickup.
Paskowskis on a tackle for North.
It'll be second down and 5 for Attleboro. Lane LaJoy with 2 nice runs. He now has 3 carries for 18 yards. He's been the only Attleboro High School running back to carry the ball thus far.
LaJoy on 2 effective carries for 17 yards. Second down and 5 from the 47-yard line. Attleboro trails 6-0.
Second in motion to the near side again. Handoff to LaJoy again. Follows some good blocks up the middle.
And presently, Peter, Attleboro's trying to establish that running game, and very surprisingly, they're running right at the strength of the North Attleboro defensive team. And of course, they're using a little bit of man in motion. Sackett's being used to try and upset the North defense. And so far, it's been quite effective. They've got third down, the big yard and a half to go.
Attleboro now looking at a third down and 2 situation. They're saying 1, but it's closer to 2. Sackett in motion to the near side. He'll run a mile before this game's over. Pitch to LaJoy again. Makes a couple of nice cuts. He'll get down inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line. Attleboro High School picking up another first down.
Of course, this is the type of play we've seen Attleboro run successfully all year. They get that jet pitch, try to get the man outside. That time the contained man from North did a nice job and forced it inside, so Attleboro picked up their first down. 4 tough yards, though, came on that particular play.
First down and 10 for the Blue Bombardiers. Hanowich back to pass, throwing this one up for grabs. Mike Inglaze will pick that one off at the 10-yard line. We'll have a flipping penalty against North Attleboro, but they will get the ball. That pitch, ball thrown up for grabs deep.
That was a very ill-advised pass, too, Peter. As you said, he just threw that up, went up for grabs. Inglaze came up with a big interception, but North will be penalized for clipping.
After the interception.
So North Attleboro will be forced deep in their own territory. The ball will be spotted at the 3-yard line.
2-yard line.
Of course, Peter, there is a tailwind behind Hanowich, and that ball just sailed on him a little too much, and as a result, overthrown. Daskin was the intended receiver, but Inglaze picked it off.
First down and 10. Ronnie Cameron blitzing in from his linebacker position. Mark Newport with the carry. He'll get up to about the 7-yard line. It'll be second down for the Red Rockets.
And Mike Barboza, again, who's done so well in that defensive line for Attleboro throughout the year, came up with the big tackle.
North Attleboro, as you can see, they are 5-1 this season in games in which they have scored first. Attleboro, on the other hand, is 0-5 when their opponents score first. Second down and 7. Newman up the middle.
No, not a carry, no gain.
No gain on that play, so it'll be third down.
Third down. 7 yards to go.
He actually did lose a yard on that play, so it'll be now third down and 7.
And Max Drinkwater again came up with the big tackle up front, Peter.
Max Drinkwater, only a sophomore for the Blue Bombardiers. He is going to be a good one. 5 foot 10 inches, 230 pounds as a sophomore, and they tell me he likes to weightlift, so he could be scary as a senior. Hand off to Mark Newport. Gets up to about the 11-yard line.
And Cameron.
And Attleboro has called the timeout with 20 seconds remaining. And a smart move by the Blue Bombardiers there, Bill. If the clock had gone down, if Attleboro had not called timeout, North Attleboro would have been punting with the wind. But Chet Hanowich using a timeout there will force North Attleboro to punt into the wind.
Right, a very smart call on the part of the Attleboro coaching staff there, Peter. But Rick Cerrone, again, came up with a nice tackle up front there. Newport almost sprang it, got through, but it was contained. North Attleboro was forced to punt against the wind.
Attleboro High School coach Chet Hanowich in his 3rd season as Attleboro's head coach. Chet with a record of 13-15-1. Came out that first year with that 8-1-1 record, disappointing 1-9 last year.
And of course, 2 years ago, right here at this field, Peter, you might recall Attleboro came up with a great victory, last second Hail Mary pass down the middle to let's see, it was Peterson, yeah, that made that catch, and North Attleboro went down to defeat here at Tozier Cassidy Field.
Jason Berg will be kicking out of his own end zone. John Dascom and Kevin Candelette back at about the 38-40-yard line. There's a bad snap. Berg hesitates, gets it away. Candelette will let it fall. Now we'll take it in the crowd at about the 27-yard line. So Attleboro comes up with great field position, Bill.
Yeah, that punt, of course, into the wind, Peter, as we called it previously. They were forced to punt into the wind. Attleboro very alertly picked that ball up. Candelette, I thought, would let it drop dead, but he's always one that's looking for the opportune time to pop one, and that time he picked it up, returned it about 4 yards.
11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So Attleboro High School comes up with some great field position. First down and 10 at the 27-yard line of North Attleboro. Candelette, LaJoy, and Sackett in the backfield. Sackett will now go in motion to the North Attleboro side of the field. Hanowich, handoff to Candelette, not much room there.
And Steve Conley came through from his nose tackle position, made that tackle, and that's the reason that we did not anticipate Attleboro to attempt to run up the middle.
So Attleboro, interesting, calls timeout with 1 second left. Attleboro High School, what do you think? Maybe throw a pass?
Definitely. That's the reason, I think, Peter, for calling that timeout, so they'd have the wind once more behind the back of Jimmy Hanowich, and they'll probably try that pass play from that.
Jimmy Hanowich, as you can see, 1 second remaining in the first quarter. Jimmy suffered a broken collarbone in this game last year at North Attleboro, so I'm sure he would like to pay back North Attleboro with a win here today. 1 second remaining in the first quarter. North Attleboro leading this one 6-0 on a big run off of a pass. Mike Inglaze with the touchdown off of that pass, screen pass by Dave Lewis. Second down and 9. Hanowich back to pass. He's under a lot of pressure. He's going to eat it. Back at about the 36-yard line.
On the play by
Steve Conley with a big play blitzing in. And Attleboro will have time to think things over. We're at the end of the first quarter. 10 minutes gone in this one, 30 minutes remaining. North Attleboro leads it 6-0. Looking at a 3rd down and 18 situation. His son Jimmy at quarterback. Back to pass. Throwing over the middle, intended for Tommy Hull. It's intercepted by Mike Inglaze. He will be knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line, but Mike Inglaze, twice in this game now, comes up with big interceptions.
Inglaze is certainly having a day for himself out there, Peter, both defensively and offensively. And that time, of course, the Attleboro receiver had fallen. Inglaze was the only one in position to make the reception.
The interesting, Bill Madden, the Balfour Trophy will be handed out at the end of this game. They give one for offense and for defense. At this point, Mike Inglaze would get both. That's never happened before. Newport with the carry. I think everybody in the Attleboro lineup, everybody with a blue shirt on, took a pop at Newport.
Doug LeBrun, though, made the initial contact. Nice penetration, forced the play a little further outside, and of course then a host of Blue Bombardiers were there to greet him, and as a result, about a 3-yard loss.
Take a look at yards rushing in the first quarter. North Attleboro with 40 yards to Attleboro's 24. Most of North Attleboro's, though, came on that big run. Actually, that was a pass, excuse me. So North Attleboro doing a good job on the ground. They lost 4 on that last play. Lewis back to pass, looking long for Stevie Carter. Underthrown. Lane LaJoy tried to cut in front of him, but Lane LaJoy a couple inches too short. And Carter comes up with a big catch.
And well covered on the part of the Blue Bombardiers, but Carter just out-personneled him and brought down the big reception. Carter is a good receiver up there. You've got to give him a lot of credit. He came up with a nice reception.
Bill, before this game, we were talking, spoke with the Attleboro High School coaching staff. They said they felt they had a very good chance in this game. They had to avoid the big mistakes. They forced North Attleboro into a 4th down situation. North came up with a touchdown out of it, and now there, Attleboro High School, with great coverage, lets North Attleboro come up with a big gain.
Right, and Rick Cerrone came up with that big tackle, Peter. Attleboro's doing what we had anticipated now. They're blitzing, they're gambling a lot on defense. They're going to force North Attleboro to throw again.
A 1-yard loss on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Attleboro blitzing. Brock Newman up the middle. He is swallowed up by, I think, Max Strinkwalter.
No, I think we'll give Jack Levis a little bit of the credit on that one, Peter. Jack came up with a big tackle.
Jack Levis looked about as big as Max Strinkwalter on that play.
Right, and of course Jack is not too healthy. He's got a sprained ankle, but he's in there on defense. Attleboro could also use him on offense, but the sprained ankle probably preventing it.
So it's 3rd down and 6 for North Attleboro. Hand off to Brock Newman. Big hole. He'll get the 1st down and a little bit more. He'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
1st down, North Attleboro.
And that was a big 1st down, too, Peter. Attleboro had looked pretty good on the defense till that point, but then Newman popped that one, of course, and Candelet was forced to come up with the tackle.
Newman, the lone back behind Dave Lewis.
1st down and 10. Hand off to Newman again. Take a look at the statistics of Brock Newman, as we mentioned.
And we have a penalty on that one, Peter.
As we mentioned, Brock Newman came into this game carrying 57 times for 299 yards, a 5.25 average. Holding will negate that one, though. Ray Beaupre very unhappy over on the North Attleboro side of the field. That'll be a 10-yarder against North Attleboro. Donnie Thrasher, the referee. Holding against North Attleboro, so that will move them back 10 yards.
Well, that's the type of mistake, too, Peter, that North Attleboro didn't want at this particular point. They were just starting to look pretty good, and this interrupts the flow of your offensive unit.
1st down.
1st down and 20 now.
Timeout,
North Attleboro will take timeout. 7 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the 1st half. North leads it 6-0. So North Attleboro, Ray Beaupre, Dave Lewis, and his offense get together. They talk. Bill, you mentioned that coming into this game, North Attleboro with Dave Lewis as only a junior at quarterback and a lot of youth in the backfield. North Attleboro could have a tremendous season next year.
Yeah, but of course, right now is what Coach Beaupre and the coaching staff are thinking about. What's coming up on this big 1st down?
1st down and 20. Kriskowskis in motion. Lewis back to pass. Kraskowskis is open. Kevin Candelet is there. And Kevin Candelet makes a great play to knock that one away. John Kraskowskis is unhappy about it. But Kevin Candelet, very happy, made a great play.
Right, and Candelet really has to be given a big pat on the back. He gave up several inches to Kraskowskis, but he fought him all the way, went down the sideline, prevented the big reception. But that was a well-thrown ball, Peter. Very well thrown, right on the spot, and Kraskowskis could have come up with the big reception, except for Candelet's alert play.
Dave Lewis on the year has thrown 119 times for 51 completions, 859 yards. North Attleboro does not throw as much as Attleboro does. Lewis back to pass again, though, second down and 20. Throwing this one long, intended for Matt Garland.
Lewis's pass intended for Garland, incomplete.
And I'll tell you, Dave Lewis, if he was throwing for that pylon, came very close. He might have even knocked it over.
Right, and Tony Vieira was right in his pocket, though, all the way down that sideline, prevented the reception.
So North Attleboro comes up empty on 2 consecutive pass plays. It'll be third down and 20 now.
See what kind of a quarterback you are, Peter, with a draw play work right here.
Draw play, that screen to Ingles looked good earlier. Lewis throwing over the middle, though. Picked off by Lane LaJoy. LaJoy across the 30 will be knocked down at the 33-yard line. Lane LaJoy. A big play, North Attleboro.
And Jeff Tagaman came up with the big tackle that prevented LaJoy from picking up several more yards. But a nice interception on the part of LaJoy. Very alert.
North Attleboro had Stevie Carter cutting across the middle there. Carter was open. The pass was overthrown, though. LaJoy right there took advantage of it, returns it back to the 32-yard line. So Attleboro actually dodges a bullet there because North had great field position, but Attleboro turns them away.
First North turnover of the morning. Attleboro has it first and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Back to the eyeball.
Hand off up the middle, Kevin Candelet. Candelet will get down to the 39-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of, let's see, 7.
John O'Connor on tackle.
And Candelet, of course, followed a nice block by LaJoy up front there. But when Candelet's running from that backfield position, he's very hard to pick up. He is so small. The big linemen up front cover him very well.
Johnny Daskin split wide to the left for Attleboro. Scott Sackett in motion to that side. Hand off to Lane LaJoy. LaJoy will get up about a yard shy of the first down. Looks to be about a 2-yard pickup.
That's close, Peter. They're going to measure that one, I think.
I don't know why, Bill. All they have to do is ask us. From here we can tell that he is about
4 inches short.
I say 5.
Short by a foot.
Joe McKenna disagrees, but
right, and he's true. Attleboro is about a foot short of that first down. It's a big third down coming up. Kraskowskis came up for his linebacking position, made that last tackle.
So Attleboro now third down and 1. Ronnie Cameron now in the backfield replaces Lane LaJoy. He's back there with Kevin Candelet. Third down and 1.
In motion, Sackett.
Kevin Candelet climbs the pile, and from where they're marking it, he will have the first down.
First down, Attleboro.
Of course, we haven't seen too much of Cameron since the first of the season this year, Peter. He has been injured, and that's one of the first times we've seen him on the running play. Short yardage, he went up and over and picked up a nice first down.
He looked like Sam Bam Cunningham, formerly of the New England Patriots. Picks up the big first down ball now at the 44. That's out to Kevin Candelet. He runs into a wall. Tommy Hoole was trying to throw a block. But number 56, Eric Nielsen, comes up with a big play for the Red Rocketeers.
Nielsen did a great job, too, of holding off the blocker up front, contained man, and forced the play inside, came up with the big tackle. That was a great defensive play on the part of Nielsen. Second down, about 9 yards to go.
It'll be second down and 9, ball resting at the 45-yard line. Hanowich back to pass, throws over, great catch by Tommy Houle. Tommy Houle looked like an acrobat, catching that pass with one hand.
Right, and the pass was a little behind him. He drew it into his body very alertly, picked up a nice first down. That's something that can turn this offense around. They're looking for something. They got to come up with that big play and turn this ball game around, and that might just be the catalyst.
So a big play by Tommy Houle. He'll come off the field now. Jack Levis replaces him. First down and 10. Attleboro moving. Ball at the 44-yard line. Scott Sackett in motion to the near side. Handoff on a little delayed draw to Ronnie Cameron. And Ronnie Cameron picks up, looks to be about 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2. Nice to see Ronnie Cameron carry the ball, Bill. As you mentioned, he has been injured most of the season. Ronnie Cameron on the year, there you have it, has rushed 24 times for a total of 147 yards, a 6.13 average. He scored 1 touchdown. I'm sure he'd like to score another one today. Second down and a long 2 for Attleboro. They're marching down the field on this drive. 6 plays. They started at their own 32-yard line. Attleboro had 2 men in motion. And Attleboro stopped for some reason, which is a big mistake because Attleboro will now, North Attleboro, will now decline the penalty.
That flag was thrown, though, prior to the play, Peter. Now they're calling backfield in motion. That could be a bad call.
And it was taken down, play to the play.
And North Attleboro refuses the penalty, as I mentioned. And Attleboro High School
refused for legal procedure against Attleboro.
is dropped back from a second down and 2 back to a third down and 14. So they lose 12 yards on that play. Jimmy Hanowich, I'd be a little bit upset at my offensive line and my backs. I mean, he was dead meat back there.
Third down now, 13 yards to go. Back split behind Hanowich.
Hanowich, little fake, out to Lane LaJoy. But LaJoy will go nowhere because Chris Arns comes up. Arns comes up from his strong safety position, shuts that one down, and Attleboro will lose 3 more yards on that play. It'll be 4th down. Jeff Gobin will come out to punt.
And Arns did a great job of containment on that. He was the man responsible for the screen pass over there. He stayed home alertly and brought it down for a little bit of a loss, and as a result, Attleboro are now a little confused, had too many men on the field, had to take a timeout.
Well, George Little, you can see racing off the field. The fastest I've seen George run this year, but not quick enough. Attleboro High School, realizing that they had too many men on the field, immediately called timeout. Chet was signaling from the bench. The team picked it up. 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the first half. We're going to take a break. Attleboro trails North Attleboro 6-0. Jeff Gobin back to punt. He'll be punting from about his own 38. Mike Inglaze is the only man back, so North will go for the block on this one. Gobin gets it away, partially blocked. Attleboro.
Pick it up and go. Nope.
At the time that kick was blocked, it was still in the backfield for Attleboro High School. They could have picked it up and ran with it, but they just stood there and watched it. They really weren't sure, I guess, where it was. It's easy to tell when you're up in the booth, Bill, but
isn't it very easy to play from up here, Peter?
It's easy to officiate from up here. I asked Donnie Thrasher if he wanted us to take a look at instant replays today, but he said, no, thank you. Hank would have looked at them. Hank Pistolese on the clock today. John Kriskowskis in motion. Handoff to Brock Newman. Newman bangs his way for about 7 yards. Newman now 38 yards. A good afternoon for him.
Second down, 4.
Lewis hands off on a cross.
Hand off to Newport. Newport will get the first down. They're going to have to wrestle him down at about the 38-yard line. Newport was one man away from breaking that one.
Doug Cerrone, LeBrun rather, Peter came up with the tackle.
Dougie LeBrun with the tackle. Mike Barboza was there hanging on for his dear life.
Off to the inside, Jason Burke.
First down and 10 for North Attleboro. Newport stopped by Chris Cerrone.
Newport by the ankle and throws him for about a
And Newport will lose 3 yards on that play. It'll be 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the first half. North Attleboro leads it 6-0. Mike Inglaze taking a screen pass from Dave Lewis. Towards the end of the first quarter, that has been the only score. North Attleboro went for the 2-point conversion. Unsuccessful. They lead it 6-0.
And of course, North Attleboro has the win for this last minute and 30 seconds, Peter. And it's a pretty stiff wind at the present, so you might see that ball go upstairs.
Look for Stevie Carter to be around that ball somewhere. Lane LaJoy is covering him out here to the near side. Attleboro with the blitz. Darryl Silva coming in from his right defensive end position. Drops Lewis for a big loss back at the 48-yard line.
And we've talked a lot, Peter, through the year of North Attleboro's very promising sophomore, Mark Newport, but Darryl Silver, a sophomore for Attleboro, has shown it all here, both offensively and defensively, and he's a real comer.
Darryl Silver has not been in the offensive backfield for the Blue Bombardiers today. He was suffering with the flu earlier in the week. Lewis back to pass again, throwing this one up for grabs. LaJoy gambles again. Stevie Carter complete. He will be knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Scott Sackett, of course, from the free safety, had to eventually make the big defensive play after the attempted interception was unsuccessful. Carter came down with a big reception and a big first down.
Stevie Carter, 2 big plays, a 46-yard gain on that one. Lane LaJoy, you feel for him. Jumped up. At that point, realized it was too late. Hope one of his fellow Blue Bombardiers could stop Carter. Pitch comes out to Newport. He's got some room, but Attleboro closes that one quick. Scott Sackett, Tony Vieira, and Kevin Candelette there to knock him out of bounds with 35 seconds remaining.
that was the key there.
Attleboro's defense will be put to the test deep in their own territory.
Right, on that jet pitch, Mark Newport picked up about 2.5 yards, and a big defensive play necessary on this particular series coming up.
Second down and goal from at about the 6-yard line. Lewis at quarterback. Back to pass, rolling out to his right. There's Jack Levis, dragging him down with one arm.
Great big defensive play on the part of Jack Levis. Came in, held on to the jersey, brought him down. That was a big sack.
Jack Levis, big play right there. Levis, 6'2", 185-pound junior, so he will be back next year. Attleboro High School comes up with the big play courtesy of Levis, and North Attleboro will now have second down and goal, make it third down and goal from the 20-yard line.
You can't overemphasize the importance of that particular play, Peter, which will eventually show up here. We have 23 seconds remaining. North Attleboro was in good position up there on the 6-7 yard line for second down and goal, and now they're well back, and Attleboro's got to feel very, very pleased with himself at this particular point of the ball game.
North Attleboro leading at 6-0, 23 seconds remaining. North Attleboro will probably come out passing again.
And I would look for that same pass. Look for Carter coming down. You've been successful twice with it. Why not go back to the well once more?
Screen also worked earlier. We'll see what Ray Beaupre has decided.
He's got Carter at the far side of the field on this particular play.
Carter will be working on Jeff Gobin. Gobin over in single coverage. Lewis back to pass. That one's going to be blocked and intercepted by Darryl Silva.
Give Max Drinkwalder the credit for the block, and then Silva very alertly came up with the interception. 17 seconds to go. Attleboro's got very little time, but I'm sure they're going to throw at least 3 passes here coming up very quickly.
Boy, you talk about football players as athletes. There is a prime example. Silva on his knees, jumping up, just catching that ball with his fingertips before it hit the ground. Big play in this game. Attleboro dodges the bullet again. Sackett in motion to the far side. Hanowich back to pass. Draw. Kevin Candelec coming to the right side. He will try to get out of bounds. He does. Shy of the first down. 11 seconds remaining.
That was a nice call, too, Peter, on the part of the coaching staff at Attleboro High School. Everybody anticipating pass. North Attleboro back in the prevent defense. Then the little draw play. Could have sprung it, but Candelec did make some good yardage. They picked up about 8 and kept Attleboro's drive alive.
11 seconds remaining. Ball at the 41-yard line.
North Attleboro had an opportunity.
I have not seen Jimmy Hanowich have to throw that long all year. It'd be interesting to see how far he can throw the ball.
Against this wind, Peter, you'd have problems.
Attleboro 3 men split wide to the left. Hanowich under some pressure. There's Jeff Gobin. He drops it though.
Jeff Gobin is incomplete.
And they would have got over the 50-yard line, but I don't think Gobin would have got much more than that.
No, North Attleboro's back in that prevent defense. They had 6 men right around Gobin. Had he made the reception, he'd have been dropped very quickly.
Third down and 3. 6 seconds remaining. Give Jimmy Hanowich some blocking here. Send about 3 men down and see how far he can throw the ball.
Why not? And you're going to, this will probably be the last play of the half, Peter, so why not throw it all the way?
Watch out for Mike Inglaze back there, though. He's back in his free safety position, just looking for something like that. Pitch to Tommy Hole. And picked up as time runs out by Kevin Candelec.
The first half of play, the score, North Attleboro 6.
Attleboro leading. Attleboro trailing 6-0 in this one. We'll be right back. Second half action about to begin. John O'Connor kicking for North Attleboro. There's an onside kick. North recovers.
North Attleboro is recovered on the Attleboro 45-yard line.
Tell you, Bill, whatever could go wrong for Attleboro High School today has gone wrong.
Right, and Peter, as we've called it several times during the year, O'Connor has that squibbly type kickoff, and that's just the problem that developed for Attleboro. One of the upmen, of course, made contact. North Attleboro was able to recover. North's got good field position to start the second half, and they have the wind at their back.
First down and 10, ball at the 44-yard line of Attleboro. Lewis at quarterback. Handoff to Brock Newman. Newman will pick up about 2 yards. Newman had a good first half, Bill. Picked up 38 yards. North Attleboro a total of 65 yards rushing. Attleboro rushed the ball 12 times for a total of 50 yards. And Chet Hanowich said that Attleboro did have some success with the run. They will probably stick with that in the second half.
Lewis to the backfield of Newport.
Second down and 8. A pickup of 2 on that last carry. Little inside reverse. Kriskowskis to Newport.
And Barboza came up with a big defensive play from his nose position. That previous play to that, Peter, Cameron came up from his linebacking position. It's nice to see Cameron back out there again.
Especially last game of his senior year. Ronnie Cameron. I stood alongside at the Derby game when Attleboro lost down in Fall River. A nice kid, no doubt about it. Third down and 11. Lewis back to pass, throwing out to the right side. Jason Berg, the pass is incomplete. Berg tried to scoop it up off of the ground, but referee Ron Gentili right on top of that one. And it is incomplete. It will be 4th down and 11. North will be forced to punt, but kind of territory, you know, that watch out for that fake.
It could be, but I would anticipate North Attleboro's got that 6-0 lead, Peter. They're going to play it safe, particularly at this time of the ball game, and of course they have the wind at their back. They should be able to get a nice punt away and put Attleboro deep in their own territory.
You saw John Dascom. He's one of the deep men along with Kevin Candelette.
Jason Berg booted away from his own 40-yard.
Berg, a nice kick. That one will go into the end zone on one bounce. So Attleboro will take over 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line with 8 minutes and 32 seconds. That gives us a chance to run down some of the first half statistics. As I mentioned, North Attleboro with an edge, 65 yards passing to Attleboro's 50, excuse me. Attleboro had a total of 36 yards.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So 3 and out for both.
We'll get back to that in a second. It'll be 1st down and 10, though, for Attleboro. 1st down at the 20-yard line. Scott Sackett in motion to the far side. Hand off to Lane LaJoy. Lane LaJoy comes out of that backfield, Bill Madden, like a bullet out of a gun.
Right, he was the second man through on that little fake, belly fake off the first man. Hand off to LaJoy, a pickup of a good 8 yards. That was a nice running play. Attleboro looks like they're going to try to gain control of that line of scrimmage and move the ball a little on the ground.
Back to those statistics again. North Attleboro passing there 3 for 8. Lewis is 118 yards. Jimmy Hanowich 3 for 10, 2 interceptions, only 6 yards. 2nd down and 2. LaJoy with the carry again. He will get up to very close to the 30-yard line, and we're going to have a measurement. This time, Bill Madden, I'm going to say, I say he's got it.
Well, Peter, Attleboro's running that ball on the ground now, using a little bit of a trap block up front there and springing LaJoy off his tackle. He's the second man through. They belly off the first man, hand off to LaJoy, and that time I think he picked up the 1st down also, Peter.
Not by much. 1st down, though, for the Blue Bombardiers. Attleboro trailing 6-0 in this game. This has been a good football game. Although there has not been a lot of scoring, there have been some very big plays on the part of both teams. Both teams with 2 turnovers in the game. Both interceptions.
Left to right is Scott Sackett. Quick hitter up the middle.
Hand off to Kevin Candelette off a left tackle. He'll get up to about the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7, a gain of 3.
See, that's the same play that they've run successfully to the right twice. They came back that time, faked to LaJoy, the first man through, handed off to Candelette, running off his tackle. He picked up about 2 yards. They got 2nd down, 8.
2nd down and 7, actually, a little bit closer to. Jimmy Hanowich. A lot of people expected Attleboro to be passing on just about every down today, but they have been somewhat successful on the ground. That is where they will stay. LaJoy carries up to the 35, a pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Bill Madden, Attleboro does not run a lot. They are running a lot today. And I wonder later on if Chet Hanowich might try to lull North Attleboro to sleep and come up with a big play, especially when they get the wind in the fourth quarter. Third and 5. Attleboro wants to keep this drive going. Johnny Danscom in motion to the near side. Hanowich back to pass. Looking over the middle, nobody there. Now finds Kevin Candelette. The pass is incomplete.
Incomplete, headed for Kevin Candelette.
A nice play by number 14 of the Red Rocketeers. That's Tim Kelly. We have an injured man down for the Red Rocketeers. While they attend to him, we're going to take a break. 6 minutes, 1 second remaining in the third quarter. North Attleboro still on top, 6-0. Well, there you see Steve Conley leaving the game. I was going to say being helped off the field, but that's not the case. He went off under his own power.
Plus, Attleboro right now is forced to punt, Peter, against a pretty stiff wind, and North Attleboro is going to try to block this one.
Jeff Gobin back to punt. He has had one block line drive punt and does not take the kind of role that you would expect it to take. It will be down at the 42-yard line. So only a 23-yard punt by Jeff Gobin. And Attleboro's defense is back on the field again. North Attleboro leading this one 6-0. 5 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
I'm sure Attleboro would like to hold them defensively on this particular series, Peter. Use up as much of the clock so that they could look for the fourth period and get that win behind their back again.
Hand off to John Kriskowskis. He's got some room. Jeff Gobin slows him down. And that'll leave some time for everybody else to catch up with him. Kriskowskis with a big run there. Gets down to the 43-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Kriskowskis has had a good year. He's averaged 4.75 yards per carry, 56 rushes for 266 yards, and a big chunk on that play.
Right, and that was the misdirection play, inside handoff. Coming back on the reverse, Kriskowskis just outran several of the defenders for the Blue Bombardiers.
First down and 10. Ball at the 43-yard line of Attleboro. Hand off to Newman. Newman will be stopped by Lane LaJoy. So North Attleboro opening up some holes in the Attleboro defense. 2 big runs, one by Kriskowskis, and now one by Newman.
Trying to the near side, Jason Berg. Second down, 4.
Second down and 4. Hand off to Mike Inglaze. He's got some room around the left side. He's going to need a block. Does not get it. Jason Berg was out on Jeff Gobin. Berg unable to throw the block, and if he had, he might have been gone.
And Sackett came up with the big defensive play, but North Attleboro is using that little inside trap, the reverse, and picking up some valuable yardage. Attleboro is going to have to change their defensive formation a little, Peter, to prevent that play.
They are stopping the clock for a minute. They're having some problems with the chains over on the far side.
What they've been able to do thus far in the second half of this third quarter is hook.
Ball resting at about the 25-yard line. Actually, the 26. It'll be first down and 10 for North Attleboro.
Also making sure you're quick enough to get out there and hook that defensive end to give.
They are having some problems with the chain over on the far side. I wonder if Tony Calcier has anything to do with it.
He might have stepped on that, Peter, but Attleboro is going to have to change their defensive formation, their thought a little bit here, Peter, to prevent that inside reverse. It's a misdirection play. They're trap blocking up front and picking up some valuable yardage. Attleboro is going to have to tighten it up.
Knocking on the door.
First down and 10. Handoff to Newport. Little inside reverse.
Same play to the opposite side, Peter, but Chris Cerrone very alertly prevented that gainer.
Not deceived at all by motion, and as a result, they stopped the ball carrier for a 1-yard loss.
It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Any open space to get out and ramble thus far.
Attleboro has been forced deep on many occasions. The defense has had to do the job. They will have to do it again. Hand off to Brock Newman.
After about a 3-yard pickup, he's stuffed by the middle of
Bangs his way for 2 yards, maybe 3.
with some run support.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Kevin Candelette.
And several times today, Peter, we've called those two names, LaJoy and Candelette. They both combined that time to bring them down.
Inside 25-yard line of Attleboro.
Big play, 3rd down and 9. North Attleboro would probably go for it on 4th down. North is 1 for 5 on 3rd down conversions thus far. Silva, that should be a fumble. Attleboro recovers.
And boy, this Darrell Silva's been all over that defensive field today, Peter. Did a great job, came in, popped Lewis very well. The ball fumbled out. Attleboro made a big fumble recovery.
That's Chris Cerrone. He was one of the men involved in that play. But Darrell Silva, the man who will get credit for the sack, that is the 4th sack of Dave Lewis today. In the first half, Lewis was sacked a total of 3 times for 36 yards, so Attleboro's made big plays with that sack. Speaking of sacks, Sack gets in motion to the near side. Pitch comes to Kevin Candelette, makes a nice cut upfield. He'll get up very close to a 1st down.
And Sackett really did a nice job up front on that block, Peter, that sprang Candelette free for that big gainer.
We will have another measurement. There's a shot of Scott Sackett. Scott is having a good year. He, as a receiver, has caught the ball 9 times for a total of 108 yards. And here's the measurement. Attleboro does get the 1st down.
1st down, Attleboro.
So Attleboro now with the ball at the 47-yard line.
Ball's at the 47-yard line.
A big play on 1st down. They pick up 10. And they are only 4 yards away from North Attleboro territory.
This is the case here in the 3rd quarter. And as a result,
Clock counting down close to the 3-minute mark now.
46-0.
Hanowich runs into Jeff Gobin. They still might get something out of this, though. Hanowich is going to run and will run out of bounds, and is hit after he goes out of bounds. That will carry a 15-yard penalty. Number 11, John O'Connor. Uncalled for, questionable call, but no reason for John O'Connor to do that, and that'll cost them 15.
Because Jim Hanowich, there was a little confusion in the backfield, bumped into Jeff Gobin, just coming out. Hanowich then ran alertly to the sideline, had stepped out of bounds before the contact was made, so it picked up a big penalty against North Attleboro.
That will be a 15-yarder for North Attleboro. As you can see, North Attleboro now has been penalized 4 times for a total of 37 yards. Attleboro 3 times for a total of 30 yards.
Ball's on North Attleboro 42-yard line.
So big play there. Momentum is shifting in this game. 1st down and 10. Ball now at the 42. Pitch comes out to Lane LaJoy. Couple of nice cuts by LaJoy. He's going to be wrestled down by Matt Gollin and Steve Conley. Steve Conley stands over him after the tackle. Tells him not to come this way again.
And LaJoy is down, and Attleboro can ill afford to lose him at this point of the ball game, Peter. But that was that jet pitch out again, and Conley very alertly came up, dropped him after a pickup of about 2 yards over there. And right now it looks like LaJoy is going to be attended to by the training staff of the Attleboro Blue Bombardiers.
Rocky Goyette is out there. He's the trainer for the Blue Bombardiers, along with the team physician, Harvey Lieberman. While they attend to Lane LaJoy, we're going to take a break. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. North Attleboro leads Attleboro 6-0. Lane LaJoy back on his feet. I have the feeling we will see him again. You could hear Jay Gilmore, one of the assistant coaches for Attleboro High School, ask him if it's his shoulder, and Lane just shrugged it off and said, "I'll be back."
2nd down, 7.
May not be very big, but they're very tough.
They certainly are. They get a lot of spunk out there, those two little boys, LaJoy and Candelet. But Attleboro's changed their offensive style a little here, Peter, and notice a tight line.
Sackett in motion to the far side, now back to the near side. Handoff comes to Ronnie Cameron. He picks up a first down inside the 30-yard line down to the 27.
A nice little play using Sackett in motion, coming back. The misdirection play that North Attleboro's been running successfully. Cameron picked up a nice trap block up in front of him, picked up a nice first down.
So Ronnie Cameron comes off the field limping a bit. Ronnie, you can see what he's done on the day. Hasn't carried a lot, but they've been big carries. Jimmy Hanowich. Ball at the 27-yard line. Handoff comes to Lane LaJoy. Did not take Lane LaJoy long to rest up from that injury. He gets up maybe to about the 25-yard line. Looked as though he might gain more, but North Attleboro did a good job of closing up that hole after he got through. Ronnie Cameron back into the game. Jimmy Hanowich gets the play from the Attleboro coaching staff. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Clock running down close to the 1-minute 20-second mark now. There we have it. It has been a good game. There have been some big plays. This game reminiscent of the game 2 years ago. Ronnie Cameron carry again. Gets up inside the 20. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2. A pickup of 6 by Cameron. And it's now a 3rd down situation for Attleboro. 3rd down conversions on the day. Attleboro 3 for 7. North Attleboro is 1 for 8. Big play in this game. Sackett in motion to the near side. Pitch comes out to Kevin Candelet. But that hole closes very quickly. Number 56, Eric Nielsen there. Nielsen doing a good job at the defensive end position, doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
Right, he was the contained man over there. Attleboro, of course, loves that jet pitch. They try to get that man outside, turn the corner, and get upfield. But that time, Nielsen did a nice job of the containment, kept it down. Attleboro's going to be forced to take a timeout on this play. Peter, no, they're going to let the clock wind down.
The clock does wind down. Attleboro did not have to run a play.
The end of the 3rd quarter of play.
Time runs out.
Attleboro 6, Attleboro 0.
After 3 quarters of play, North Attleboro leads the Attleboro High School Blue Bombardiers 6-0. This year, in which they have entered 4th quarters trailing their opponent. North Attleboro, on the other hand, is 6-0 when they enter the 4th quarter with a lead, so it's going to be interesting. If the facts remain consistent, North Attleboro would walk into the locker room with the win. North Attleboro going for the 2 early could play a big role.
It certainly could, Peter, and of course the wind is an important factor this morning. It is shown both times that when you have that wind at your back, you tend to do a little better, and Attleboro will have it throughout the 4th period.
4th down and 4. North Attleboro went on 4th down in a similar situation in the 1st quarter. They scored a touchdown. Hanowich rolling to his right under some pressure, looking for Scott Sackett. Complete. Touchdown. It's funny, Bill Madden, I mentioned North Attleboro in a similar situation, went for it on 4th down. They scored a touchdown, and now Attleboro, same thing.
Right, and again, Scott Sackett, of course, is a great athlete, Peter. He used all his athletic ability to bring that one in, thrust himself into the end zone for the big touchdown.
Here comes the extra point. It is no good. Let's not forget, Robbie Parker is hurt. He is their usual kicker. We have a 6-6 tie, 9 minutes 54 seconds. Bill, let's take a look at that touchdown again. Great play by both Jimmy Hanowich and Scott Sackett.
Peter, Henowich was under pressure out there, but Sackett very alertly went down, took the out pattern, pulled in that ball, thrust himself into the end zone for the big 6 points. And we can't commend young Jim Henowich. Coolly dropped back into the pocket. The pocket collapsed, but he scrambled a little bit and then found his receiver. It was a great pass, a great reception. Attleboro's on the scoreboard, a tie ball game, 6-6.
So Attleboro High School kicking off. That was John Fernandez who attempted that extra point. He will now kick off for Attleboro. Scott Sackett, there's the man, you see him. Big touchdown for Scott. We have a 6-6 tie. Attleboro and North Attleboro. North Attleboro entered the game with a 7-2 record on the season. Attleboro was 4-5, but one of those games throw out the records. Squib kick by Attleboro, takes a couple bad bounces. Finally covered on. Covered by number 57 for North Attleboro.
Attleboro take over at around 32-yard line.
And Peter, both times the kickers have had the wind at their back. They've tried the onside kickoff. North Attleboro succeeded in theirs. Attleboro, of course, did not come up successful with the recovery, but did give North Attleboro a lot of problems. North Attleboro's taken over the ball now, 1st and 10.
First down and 10 for North Attleboro. They want to get that momentum back. Handoff to Kraskowskis, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's wrestled down at about the 38-yard line. Taking a look at that Attleboro High School scoring drive, took 3 minutes 30 seconds, a total of 8 plays. So Attleboro High School doing a good job marching downfield. The touchdown, the pass to Scott Sackett from Jimmy Hanowich. 2nd down and 6, a pickup of 4 by Kraskowskis on that last carry. Cameron blitzing in, was offside, so this is a free play for North Attleboro. Attleboro stops Newport for a loss, but unfortunately Ronnie Cameron was offsides for Attleboro.
This is the type of play, though, Peter. The defense has to take a few chances. They got to gamble a little to stop that North Attleboro offense, and you're going to get burned a couple times. But give Attleboro credit; they're still going to give North a lot of problems if they continue that thrust of putting the blitzes up front.
Not had to throw much today. 2nd down and 1 might be the kind of play you might take that gamble. But instead, the handoff goes to Brock Newman. I believe it's going to be stopped short of the 1st down, which, if that's the case, it would bring up a 3rd down situation. North Attleboro has not been too successful on 3rd downs today. They're only 1 for 7. So they would very much like to get this 1st down, Bill.
And Scott Sackett came up from his free safety position that time into the blitzing and stopped them, but they did pick up the 1st down, but that prevented a lot of running room from the part of the North Red Rocketeers, and those are the type of defensive plays that Attleboro's got to come up with right now, Peter.
6-6. 8 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. We've got a good one. North Attleboro versus Attleboro. Ball at the 43-yard line. Handoff to Inglaze. Jack Levis was waiting for him, but Inglaze breaks the tackle. Finally brought down by Lane LaJoy. Jack Levis almost came up with a big play back at the line of scrimmage, but Inglaze doing a nice job breaking the tackle. Inglaze, as you can see, also having a pretty good day.
He certainly is.
We spoke about the size of Lane LaJoy and Kevin Candelette in the Attleboro backfield. Inglaze is not that big. He's only 5'5", 145 pounds. He looks a lot bigger, though, with those shoulder pads. 2nd down and 2. Hand off to Brock Newman. Newman wrestled down at the 45. Picks up the first down, though. So North Attleboro, after Attleboro scores, marching down the field also.
3 consecutive first downs, all on the ground.
First down for North, the Attleboro 35.
It's funny, Bill, that if you had told me that Attleboro versus North Attleboro this year would be mostly a running game, I would have disagreed.
That was the reverse play, Peter. Handoff to Mark Newport, who handed off to Ingles coming inside. But Mike Barboza came up with a big defensive stop for Attleboro. 4-yard loss.
Barboza is getting some good penetration. He has been in the North Attleboro backfield as much as Dave Lewis has today. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 14 situation coming up on 6 minutes 40 seconds remaining. Ingles in motion. Lewis back to pass. Attleboro blitzing. Lewis gets away. Attleboro Gamble's intercepted.
Scott Sackett came up with a big interception downfield after the tip drill, Peter.
Jeff Goldman had Gamble cut in front of the intended receiver. The pass then went in and out of the hands of Jason Berg, I do believe it was, right into the hands of Scott Sackett. And Attleboro stops North Attleboro again. They will get the ball at their own 42. First down and 10. Pitch comes out to Lane LaJoy. LaJoy, there's a fumble. North Attleboro recovers.
2 quick turnovers.
Irons under the recovery.
A big play by North Attleboro after Attleboro stops them. North comes back. And now they will have first down and 10 at the 32-yard line. First down and 10 for North Attleboro. Hand off to Brock Newman. Newman trying to get outside to the corner. But he is thrown down by Scott Sackett.
Going back to that previous play, though, Peter, that was well defense on the part of the North Red Rocketeers, and I think I'd take that one out of the playbook for the remaining part of the ball game. I think I'd stick a little more basically to the quick run, quick opening plays, and of course you've got to come up with the pass occasionally to loosen them up. Down by Doug LeBron. Kevin Candelette was in there, along with Chris Cerrone. And a little problem with the exchange between Lewis and his running back on that one developed and gave Attleboro time to penetrate, bring him down for the loss. You can hear Attleboro saying left side. That's where they expect North to go. 3rd down and 9. Lewis. Attleboro blitzing this one. He can't. There's a fumble. Dougie LeBrun. And Attleboro takes over. Ball now at the 38-yard line. So these two teams banging at each other. It's first down and 10. 4 minutes, 57 seconds remaining. Come on, mate!
Jimmy, get him going now, Jimmy, get him going!
Hand off to Ronnie Cameron up the middle. Not much of a gain. Maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. There's a shot of Jimmy Hanowich talking to his dad, Chet Hanowich. Attleboro High School has surprised North Attleboro. I don't know how much of a surprise it is because I don't think North Attleboro underestimated Attleboro at all, but a lot of people here today, I'm sure, are surprised with this Attleboro team.
Right, and I don't think they anticipated the strength Attleboro's shown in running up the middle, because North has a great defensive unit up front.
Pass intended for LaJoy is incomplete.
Pass is thrown behind Lane LaJoy, and almost a good thing it was, Bill, because if it had been right on the numbers, I think North Attleboro might have come up with the interception. Jeff Tagerman was there, and if he had intercepted, it would have been 6.
It certainly would have. That pass was thrown on the little swing pattern out to the left there, and Tagerman was right at home in a good position for containment and an interception. He had a freewheeling right to the end zone. So Attleboro has dodged the bullet once more. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Go, block now, block!
4:10 left. Jimmy Hanowich. 3rd down and 8. Back to patch. Pass looking for Scott Sackett. The pass is incomplete. That will bring up a 4th down situation for the Blue Bombardiers. Jeff Goldman will come out to punt. This has turned out to be a great ball game between Attleboro and North Attleboro.
And this is a big punting situation for Attleboro. Jeff Goldman had problems against the wind. Right now he's got to come up with a good one with the wind at his back.
Goldman has punted 3 times today. This is an important one. Gets away his best kick of the day over the head of Mike Inglaze. Comes up with a nice catch. And now he has some room and is brought out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10, 3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining. And for the seniors out on that field, this, for many of them, could be their last 3 minutes and 54 seconds of organized football, so they will be giving it their all. North Attleboro will try to put a drive together. Attleboro will try to stop them and get the ball back so they can put together a drive of their own.
And of course, Attleboro is going to stick to that blitzing type of defense, Peter. Hope to cause another turnover. They've been quite successful so far. They're not going to change it at this point.
1st down and 10. Attleboro blitzing. Lewis back to passes. Sacked. Mike Barboza has played a great game. Attleboro seems to have solved the puzzle of North Attleboro.
Because North Attleboro is using the drop-back type of pass, Peter. I think the quick out pass now is necessary to combat Attleboro's blitzing tactics that they've got on the defensive alignment.
2nd down and 18. Lewis back to pass, has some time, has Stevie Carter open. He gets away from Jeff Goldman. Now Scott Sackett with a touchdown saving tackle. Sackett just took out the legs from Stevie Carter, but a nice pass from Lewis to Carter.
And Lewis that time came out of the pocket, used the rollout type of pass, found his favorite receiver down there, Stevie Carter. Goldman missed the initial tackle. Sackett had to come up with the big tackle to prevent the long gainer from going further.
Okay, we're going to have to wait, right? You know, your dad says no. We can't.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line. North Attleboro about 5 yards off sides. John Kraskowskis will cost North Attleboro 5 yards. That's North Attleboro's 5th penalty of the game. Attleboro will take it. North has been penalized 42 yards on the day. Kraskowskis was on his way out the door. I don't know whether he's hungry looking for Thanksgiving dinner or not, but
There was some confusion there, Peter, on the starting count, I'm sure, but I'd be a little concerned at the far side now. Stevie Carter's going out into the split. Gobin is going over to cover him, but I would look for a possible pass tie-up attempt over there.
Attleboro will be blitzing. They want to get to Lewis. They do. And now North Attleboro will call a timeout with 1 minute 57 seconds remaining in this game. It's all tied up 6-6. We'll be right back. I've got no choice anyway, right? Okay, here we go. 1 minute 57 seconds remaining. North Attleboro looking at a second down and 20. Ball resting at their own 38-yard line. Stevie Carter split wide to the left. Lewis back to pass. Attleboro has a couple men all over him. Almost intercepted.
LeBurn got his hands up on that, Peter, and almost came up with a big interception, but it went incomplete. North Attleboro's facing third and about 22 yards to go.
Third down and long for North Attleboro. Immediately following this game, they will announce the winners of the Balfour Trophy for the offensive and defensive players of the game. And then after that, we will be announcing our Ryan and Sons Attleboro High School player of the game.
Notice, Peter, they got two men over there on Stevie Carter. Smart move on the part of the defensive coach of the Bombardiers.
Lewis back to pass under some pressure. He's sacked. And now Attleboro will call timeout. 1 minute 43 seconds remaining. Bill Madden, I don't know if you remember that game 2 years ago. North dominated it most of the game. Attleboro scored with about 1:43 left, and this game is starting to look a lot like that one.
Yes, Peter, and of course, North Attleboro has not varied their offensive drop back. Attleboro's been blitzing. You're going to have to get that pass a little quicker, get it away out to the flats, and try to beat the defensive thrust of the blitzing Attleboro Blue Bombardiers. But North has not had the time for Lewis to drop back, stay in the pocket, and complete the long pass.
As we mentioned, there's a shot of the standings in this series. Attleboro has lost to North Attleboro 33 times. North winning at 33. Attleboro has won 25 times. There have been 7 ties. This could be number 8. Attleboro will try to do something about that. And the question is here, Bill. North Attleboro, Jason Berg punting into the wind. Do you try to block the punt or set up the return?
I think having Candelette in that backfield and Dascom, I'd try and set up the return on this, Peter, because you're going to have the wind at your back for the last series of plays.
Berg gets away a nice kick. Fair catch called for by Kevin Candelette at the 48-yard line, so that's where Attleboro will take over. Let's not forget. Attleboro still has most of their timeouts left. They still have 4 left. 1 minute 37 seconds remaining. A passing type team. Plenty of time.
Right, and I hope they don't get anxious and go for the bomb right away, Peter. Those little down and out patterns get out of bounds. You've got plenty of time to move that ball slowly downfield.
First down and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Attleboro a shift in the offensive backfield. Hanowich back to pass. He's got some time. Throwing over for John Dascom, almost intercepted. Matt Gollin was there. He was actually the closest man to that ball. It'll be now second down and 10.
Second down, 10.
1 minute 31 seconds remaining. Hanowich trying to do what Steve Peterson did back in 1984 when he hit Greg Payette for that big touchdown pass to give North Attleboro, or hand North Attleboro, a 7-3 loss on that one. Second down and 10 from the 48. Nice time for a little screen pass, Bill. Hanowich looking over, it's intercepted. Number 60, Keith Meyer with the interception. And now it looks like we have a penalty marker down, a fight a little altercation between Steve Conley, I guess, and Mike Barboza. Let's see what the penalty marker is.
Intercepted by Keith Meyer. We have a flag in the play.
It was after the play, so the interception will stand. Let's see.
A little extracurricular activity following the interception, Peter. North Attleboro will retain the ball, of course, on the interception, but the officials will penalize North Attleboro 15 yards.
So North Attleboro, with that penalty, will move back all the way to, looks to be about their 30-yard line it is, where it'll be first down and 10. First down and 10. Stevie Carter split wide to the left. Jason Berg wide to the right. Lewis out of the shotgun, hands off to Newport, but Attleboro's there. And now Attleboro wants a timeout. With 1 minute 17 seconds left, Attleboro calls timeout, so they'll have 3 remaining. Attleboro feels that they can force North Attleboro to punt. And who knows?
Well, of course, that was from the shotgun, the little attempted inside draw play. It was not successful. Attleboro very alertly brought them down. Good defensive play on the part of Attleboro. So North Attleboro's facing second down and a hunk of yardage. Peter, I'm going to say about 30 yards to go for the first down.
Well, they have it second down and 33 on the scoreboard.
Okay, we'll buy that, Peter.
We'll take Hank's word. Hank Pistoles,
147.
a member of the Greater Attleboro Football Hall of Fame, former official himself. He is on the clock, and he...
So now they've changed it to 28 yards to go, Peter. They must have heard us, and they settled for in between.
Hank is being indecisive over there. Does not know what it is.
Immediately after game, the trophies will be presented to bouncer office.
Second down and 28. This has been a good football game between Attleboro High School and their rivals from the north, the Red Rocketeers. Second down and 28. Hand off to Newport again. Newport, not much room there. And Attleboro calls timeout with 1 minute 8 seconds remaining.
And Darryl Silva, the very alert sophomore on the defensive team for the Blue Bombardiers, came up with another big tackle, Peter, and he's played a great defensive ball game out there this morning, and I'm sure the Attleboro defensive coaches have got to be very proud of this young man. He's been very, very alert and contained the North Attleboro vaunted running attack.
So Attleboro talking things over. We're going to take a break. 6-6. 1 minute 8 seconds remaining. 1 minute 8 seconds remaining. North Attleboro, third down and 24. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run again, but they don't. Dave Lewis throwing it up long. In and out of the hands of Scott Sackett, and actually I think he's better off not catching that ball.
Right, I think Sackett would have been out of bounds anyway. That ball was just thrown all the way up in the air, attempting to catch someone on the fly pattern going down the sideline. But Attleboro now will take over the ball on this punt, Peter, and have about 57, 56 seconds to go.
Jason Berg on the day, averaging 28.5 yards per punt. But they will not go for the punt on fourth down and long. This is interesting. Lewis throwing it up for grabs. North Attleboro. It's intercepted by Johnny Gaskin. It's as good as a punt, but he's got a couple blockers there. Still on his feet. Penalty marker down. 2 penalty markers down. And Bill, it's easy to second guess. We'll have to see what the penalties are, but Johnny Dascom would have been better off, I think, just letting that one fall.
No question about it, Peter. He lost about, I'm going to say he lost about 20 yards by intercepting that pass. That one should have been knocked down.
Well, Johnny Dascom is out on the field. He's very happy with the play he made. It is a big play, and the kind of play that Johnny apparently felt that he might be able to, with some blocking, get all the way down into the end zone, but that wasn't the case, and now a 15-yard penalty against Attleboro. Blocking below the waist will put them all the way back at the 48-yard line.
And the problem is, Peter, that one used about 20 seconds when it could have been knocked down, and used about 5 seconds. Attleboro would have had the ball in a much better field position.
First down and 10, 46 seconds left. Hanowich back to pass. They have 3 men split wide to the left. Hanowich under some pressure. Has some room to run. He gets down inside the 40. Attleboro will call timeout. First down. Attleboro gets down to the 39-yard line. And Attleboro now taking a look at the timeout situation. Attleboro with 36 seconds left. Calling timeout, but will not go to the sideline.
36 seconds to go.
Which Chet Hanowich saying now he did not want a timeout, but one of the players on the field did call timeout. There's a look at the timeout situation left. Attleboro with 1 left. North Attleboro still has 4. I doubt they will get a chance to use those. This has been a good football game. 36 seconds left. 6-6.
I want everybody out of here except extra point team.
And as I mentioned, Bill, at the beginning of the game, North Attleboro going for the 2 early instead of going for the 1 is playing a big role in this game.
It certainly has turned out that way, but Attleboro, of course, still has 36 seconds in which to operate. I'm sure you're going to see that ball thrown on every play, Peter, but right then, young Jim Hanowich had to be credited with very alertly picking up some valuable yardage. All his receivers were covered. He peeled off, ran well down the sideline. Should have gone out of bounds, perhaps, but who can say?
36 seconds left. Hanowich back to pass. Throwing long. Kevin Candelet's there. It's intercepted, though, by Mike Inglaise. He will be brought down by Kevin Candelet with 24 seconds left. That is the 5th interception today by North Attleboro.
54 seconds to go.
So Attleboro High School and North Attleboro now with 24 seconds left. It's North Attleboro's turn to try to throw long. Stevie Carter split wide to the left. Jason Berg split wide to the right. Lewis back to pass under some pressure. Gets away. Pass to Stevie Carter is complete. He tries to get out of bounds. He does not. And now North Attleboro will call a timeout with 13 seconds left.
And Lewis had to be credited that time, Peter. He was under a great deal of pressure, found a little opening, hit his favorite target, Stevie Carter, up there. Now North Attleboro is going to take time out. They've got their first down.
13 seconds left. Dave Lewis talking things over with Ray Beaupre and his coaching staff. This has been a good football game.
Get the ball, Darrell! First down,
and who knows what could happen at this point. Remember that game back in, what was it, 1973, Bill? Last play of the game, North Attleboro, Jack Rio, I believe, with the long touchdown pass to win it. Jim Cassidy's last game as head coach, I believe.
That's true, and Jim will never forget that one either.
13 seconds left. North Attleboro will send Berg split wide to the right. Stevie Carter wide to the left. And now Attleboro will use its last timeout with 13 seconds remaining. We're going to take a break, our last one of the afternoon. 15 ticks left. North Attleboro huddling up. They'll try to pull one out of the hat. They've got a long way to go. Ball back at the 26-yard line. They're 74 yards away from a win with 13 seconds left. Lewis back to pass under some pressure. Throws this one up for grabs. It's intercepted by Ronnie Cameron. And he is going to be pulled down with 1 second left.
No, the
That's
time
it.
has gone, Peter. Too bad.
Ronnie Cameron, last play of his high school career, is down. That injured ankle really bothering him at this point. But the game is over. 6-6, Attleboro versus North Attleboro. Bill Madden, what a ball game. Six to 6, Attleboro comes away with the tie versus North Attleboro.